Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, it's roasting the world. Why? Because the world needs roasting. I'm your host, the dude that wears a crown made of bacon, Mr. Prime Time, the king of comedy, Dakota. We do have a special guest that'll be joining us in just a few seconds. In fact, he just called in right now, so let me go ahead and bring him on. Cool. All right, man, we are live. How's your day going so far, or your night?
Oh, it's great. I appreciate you having me. Yeah, this pandemic has me all turned around. I feel like I'm in Vegas on a 125-day bender. I stopped wearing pants in week 2.
Shit. I wasn't even wearing pants before it started.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime, man. We've been wanting to have you on for a while, just, with all this shit going on. It's been complicated trying to get everybody's schedules lined up.
Yeah, I know. More important guests. I'm way down on the totem pole for big-name celebrities.
I blame Sherry, all right?
I think I'm right after Puppet Show. I think it goes Puppet Show, then me.
No, they're next week. You beat them out this time. They're next week's.
Yay.
So, we'll start off with, you wrote a book called You Stay Classy, Wedding People. You want to tell us a little bit about that and why you wrote it?
Absolutely. You Stay Classy, Wedding People is it's a book I wrote because I've been a wedding videographer since 2005, smartass since 94, and a lot of crazy stories happen to me, as well as I can give a lot of great advice to people. But the thing here, though, is this isn't just an advice book. I mean, this is a straight-up comedy. I am doing material. So even if you hate weddings, you will love this, because every story has a pop culture reference. And try to get a joke every paragraph. I mean, there's way too many references to the Road Warrior than you think there would be in a book about wedding stories.
Oh, wow.
I even referenced the movie Joe Dirt.
Oh,
and for those
damn.
of you who don't know, Joe Dirt is a movie starring David Spade, and it's about a moron with a mullet. They had to call it Joe Dirt because Billy Ray Cyrus was already taken.
Damn.
Anyway, so I couldn't be me and just regurgitate wedding stories. I had to add my own 2 cents in. I guess that comes from my upbringing, as I'm half Irish, half sarcastic on my mother's side. And it's still timely, even though the book's a few years old. There may be a joke or 2 or 37 about the great Kanye West.
Sorry to say, what do you think about him running for president or whatever?
I'm actually surprised people still fall for any type of press release that those publicity-starved people need. I mean, honestly, have you not seen the Kardashians before? That's all they want is press.
Right.
Kind of like me.
Yeah, he's on his own planet when it comes to shit.
But one of the cool things about my book, though, is even if you don't get any of my pop culture references, there is an index in the back of the book which explains what it is I'm referencing. And the really cool thing is then it gives me an opportunity to provide another joke. So if I talk about Kanye being a clown as it relates to a wedding, you flip to the back of the book, and then there's another story about Kanye. It's kind of cool. It's a nice dumping ground for all my unused material, kind of like Kanye's albums.
Shit.
There's a ton of 80s movies references, like I said. And there's actually advice, too. I mean, it does help people who are wanting to get married. It tells you what not to do. I also give you advice on, speeches, because I was at one wedding where the bridesmaid gave a speech, and she said, I wish there was somewhere I could have found to tell me how to write a speech. And I went, ah! Everyone turned to look at me. But It's so funny because I actually give you an outline on how to write a great speech.
Okay.
I transcribe, in my opinion, the greatest speech ever written by me, and I break it down for you play by play so you can customize it for yourself.
Okay.
And I also give advice, to people. It's, make sure there's no more than 2 F-bombs in your speech. That helps sometimes.
Right.
Make sure your best man has a speech, because that has happened. Guy gets up and he's like, oh, I got this. Oh, this is hard, man. And he said those 2 sentences for 5 minutes. And he didn't have it, and it was hard for us.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy. You can remember all 900 words to Ice Ice Baby, but you can't remember a couple nice things to say about your friends.
Right.
So
you're wanting to get into writing comics? Now, is for DC, correct?
That would be nice, yes. So now that I am a professional writer, I always think of Kelly Bundy when I say that. She's like, I am a model. I have 1 book, and now I am a writer. No, but that would be great. I've grown up with comics. I love them, and I have a great idea for a Justice League book. And it's not just an idea. I've actually written 6 issues. I've done 3 covers, and I have the plots for 11 more. Unfortunately, I don't know the right people. I've to some people at DC, but they gave me the "we don't accept unsolicited ideas" line, which is usually reserved for fanboys. And if I was a bigger name, it would be a different story. I mean, I do have an agent. I have a publisher, so I'm not just some guy in a basement. I'm a guy in a basement with an agent and a publisher, but it was still not good enough to get me past the front door, which is a shame. So it's really weird. It's like a really closed, gated community. So I just need to know the right people, because I do really believe in my idea. Or like I said, it's not just an idea. It's fully fleshed out. There's 6 issues written. I feel it covers all the bases. It's got action. It's got drama. It's got suspense. And it has character moments. So it's from across the board. Now I just need someone to talk me up at DC. I mean, because it's one thing if they see it, my idea, and they go, wow, this is terrible, don't ever call us again. At least then I failed on my own merits. But to not let me in the door just because you don't know me,
It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody listening, make sure you check out his book, You Stay Classy Wedding People. It sounds like it is hilarious as shit. I'm definitely going to read it this weekend.
It's very funny. My mom even said so.
Hey, you heard it here, and his mom said so you know it has to be good.
The book, You Stay Classy Wedding People, available on Amazon. There's a Facebook page that lists all the interviews and press that I've done. Yes, somebody tell DC Comics I'm really good, and they should give me a meeting. And then they can throw me out. But I want my meeting first.
All right, guys. Everybody stay safe. Tune in this week. We'll be doing another episode coming up. And like I said, we'll for sure have Jason Drake back on again, man. It's been fun. It's been been a hilarious episode.
I tell you what, I'll make a deal. I'll make a deal with anybody. If somebody gives me a meeting with DC, I will throw myself out.
Damn. All right, we'll end it with that one, guys. Everybody have a good night.